Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended and Astraeos. Today we're continuing our work on the little island in Astraeos, the little town that we've been working on the past few streams. Last time we added this amazing little Greek stable building that will house quite a few of your tames actually, and we'll also have some room for breeding, an aviary, different sized stables. So actually already does a lot of it, but people have still been asking for a bigger dino pen, and I also do feel it's probably about time to build a proper temple here on this island to join our little Greek settlement out here. We have, of course, the gardens that were also featured into today's, from yesterday's, the community crunch, which was really cool. You know, for the teleporter and the transmitter, I went a little bit crazy and we built these really nice gardens on top of the hill. We, of course, have the starting of our dock and the starting of the actual town that will soon hopefully also continue and start adding some builds to this to actually create a town, because right now the town is kind of empty. You know, there's no town buildings yet, but we do have the stables as the edge of the town, you know, which is it's quite cool. I'm really happy with the way this one turned out, and I also just recorded a tutorial, so that will be up sometime next week if you want to add these tables to your own world. But hello there, everyone. Hello there, Mr. Sleep Deprived Chicken. Yeah, I saw you've been busy. You've been very busy. Hello there, Ella. Welcome in. Could I make your A-frame bases on ASE? I'm not sure. ASE works slightly different with building than ASA, so you might have to change some things around. I don't know if it works. I didn't play ASE for a long time. It's been many years since I played AZ, so I don't really know how it works. Hello there, everyone. Hello there. Welcome in. So yeah, last time we built this. Quite happy with that. And today we're going to be building a temple. I thought I was going to do maybe a vineyard over there, but we're going to do the temple there because it's a good spot on a hill. And I'm sure we'll eventually get around. There's so many things that I want to build, but this was requested quite a few times, so it makes sense to go and do that. But yeah, the stables are definitely a good addition, and it's kind of the edge of the town, so that means someday we'll start the actual town here, you know, and actually start building something in here, some houses, because I need a tavern at least, you know, the Dodo S and Grill, but then the Greek version of it, so I can place lawns in there, and a few other buildings. But today we're going to be working on a dino pen, and for size reference I brought the Karcher along so that we kind of know if it's big enough, because if it's big enough for Karchers and Gigas, I feel like that's pretty decent, right? That's pretty good to get us going for a bit. So that's what we'll be working on today. Bouncing between you and Squirrel. Oh, give her my my greetings. What is she doing? She's probably survivaling on her server, right? All right, let's see. We are going to start a temple, and we'll need to first of all kind of determine the size. I've laid down these foundations as a rough guess. I think this is 15 by something. I don't even know. But we'll probably still change it a little bit. We'll change it a little bit, you know. Hello there. Welcome in. All right, well, probably want to get rid of these few trees that are still here. Just so that they don't get in the way. Just like that. All right, so I think this is probably going to give us something that is definitely big enough for the Karchers and the Gigas, so I think we should be good to go, but it's nice to check. So This outside is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, probably, if I counted correctly. Which seems like a decent size, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I guess what we'll do is we'll probably start with the front, like a main entrance, even though it's kind of facing... That's probably where you would actually enter from, because that's the hill. But potentially we're gonna still expand it a little bit on these sides. And then this entrance will, I guess, just face the future region. The next update, whenever that launches. So, should we start filling this in? Probably. Yeah, let's start filling it in, because then we can kind of have the card shop parked on here to just see if we're still in the roughly the right size, you know. There's going to be a bunch of plans, but we'll fix that later. For now, we'll just start filling in the foundations. Actually, let's start like this as well. So let's do 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Yeah, so it is 24. That is good to know. So we know the rough size of it all. And then I'm pretty sure this is going to be big enough. But that's going to also provide us with a nice backdrop for the town, you know, like a little temple in the distance. And of course, for ARK purposes, we're going to turn it into a like breeding facility, because you might be able to use that in your playthrough, right? Like a big temple that you can have all your breeding going on inside. There we go. And we'll just start filling in a bunch of foundations. Just like that. There we go. Yeah, I would be very surprised if this isn't big enough yet. That would be a big surprise if this ends up not being big enough. But, you know, you never know. You never know. Sometimes the building just takes you a certain direction. There we go. Hello there. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Oh. There we go. Just filling in this whole foundation. I could have done this before, but I ran out of time preparing. Just finished recording the tutorial of the stables, and I've been doing a little bit on my community servers as well. We've just started a new event. For those that missed yesterday's stream, we've got a Wild West event going on for the community, which is quite fun. So yeah, busy ARK days as always. Trying to get some builds in, and I've also been thinking about what to do with the CKF mod that we checked out, like, what was it, Thursday? Because I kind of want to start working on projects with that, so that means we'll have 2 big building series going on, like Astraeos town, and then potentially whatever we're going to build with that, probably also like a town or castle or keep or everything. So yeah. Hire me to build a base on official. No, I won't do that, because that's just wasting my time trying to build something on official. If you want to use any of my bases, that's what the tutorials are for, but I can't spend time building bases for everyone, because that's gonna just mean there's no videos for a long time, because it's a lot slower to build them that way. All right, well, this definitely is gonna be big enough, right? Like, surely there's no way, especially with the roof. Yeah, this will easily fit some things inside. Apparently the ledge is too big for my big ass dinosaur. Yeah, you can do some breeding in here. Look at it. Looks tiny. Tiny inside. All right. There we go. All right. So what we need is, of course, we need a cool epic entrance for the build. Now, I'm not sure if we should go for Behemoth Gate, because that might be too big. But we could go for the cellar door. And then this one. And then the barn doors. Because that should still leave room on both sides, I think. So that's 5 on that side and 5 on that side. Yeah, exactly. So we could definitely do that. And then the question is, I think we definitely do not want it to be just 24. I think we would always want it to be at least 25. Because then we could have a side entrance easily as well with some of these uneven gates. The question is, I suppose, do I want to use the full size of this and add to the outside? I think we do, because then we'll really have a decent breeding space inside. You know, a bunch of space to use. And we'll have some nice gates. I do not think there's skins available for these in Astraeos yet, which is a shame. Yeah, there's no skins, because there is probably a skin for this one, right? Oh, no, there is. Yeah, so hopefully at some point he will make that available for the other direction as well. Because that would be good. I guess, what could we use on this? Maybe steampunk? Yeah, that could work. That's fancy enough to fit in, I think. That would definitely work. Yeah, and then basically this would be... I think this would just be the entire wall. Like that. Just so that we really would have a good space inside, right? Like, we would have plenty of room on the inside to work with. 15 by 25. That is a breeding pen if I've ever seen one. And then, yeah, we probably want some room here at the front just to do like, I don't know, a nice entrance and everything. Also, I guess perhaps we need to take that into account. So we might expand it quite a bit further. Just so that we can use this. I hope I've got the space for all of it. I don't know if I need to go that far. There we go. Yeah, you'll need a bunch of space for this. But you know, you want to have a nice big temple. There we go. So that's the start of it. We'll have enough room at the front because we'll want to have some decent pillars, of course, in front of the build. There we go. Fill these in. Because the real magic, of course, is going to be like the grand front entrance. So what I'm thinking is we'll probably at least want to have those pillars, right? Like, that would be the bare minimum, but what would... Oh, that would be... I guess that doesn't really work. Maybe if we do it like this. But the big question is, if I do it like that, let's say we have these pillars. Like, can you even still fit? Can I fit outside? Because that's gonna get stuck. So that's something we need to keep in mind, because we can make the interior big enough, but if we had a bunch of those pillars, which you kind of want for a temple, right? It might be a little bit more tricky to get out of here. I guess I could try... instead of 2, we have 3 between each. But that also doesn't quite work, because then we only have 4 pillars and none in the middle. Unless we just do this. So we just have more room here. Because I'm pretty sure if I do this, that it will allow me to go through. Hopefully. Yeah. All right. So that's fine. Oh, he's gotta take a shit. That's fine. All right. So that would be big enough to at least enter and leave from. So that is good. And I guess then that means we can get started on designing something fun for this. Which I guess kind of means that I'm probably gonna expand this by 2 to the side. Just because, well, it's not gonna end right here, right? It's gonna be something to walk around the whole thing. Yeah. All right. We will start designing the front of the build. This will probably be at least 5 high, but probably a bit higher than that. We'll definitely also want pillars in here. There we go. Well, it's gonna at least be 1 higher than the entrance. Do we need it to be much higher than that? Because that's 6 high now. I don't think we need it much higher, because yeah, the roof and everything is gonna make it even higher than it already is, right? So I think that is probably plenty tall enough. And then I guess we kind of... Oh, that's not right. There we go. So it needs to be at least this size, because then we could have something around the side as well to make it look a little bit nicer. So we'll have to do that for all of these. A base in the Temple of Mount Olympus. I don't have any plans for that currently, and I have too many projects going on that I need to finish first. But never say never. I might do it at some point, but just I've already got quite a few projects and series going on at the moment. Although I guess the good thing about building in Mount Olympus would be that you don't have to do that much building, because a lot of it is also just utilizing what is there, right? So wouldn't be crazy big buildings. Would be really fun. So I would definitely be open to it, but I don't know. Don't want to give you hope like that it's going to happen next week, because it probably will not start that early. Although then again, you know, I might be like, I get an idea for this, I might do it, or I might just put it to a vote, see what people want to see next. But I would really love also to actually get the town here done. There we go. So that would be like the front pillars here. I feel like that works. Yeah, that's totally fine. And that will go on through the sides here to these sides as well. And then we'll have a big breeding box pretty much. There we go. Yeah, that seems all right. So there will definitely be like a wall just going straight through here. And then there's definitely gonna be a layer like this. Where the pillars support this layer. Yeah, that seems fair. About this layer, what do we do with this layer? Because it kind of feels that I almost want to do this, but then it's gonna get so high. So maybe not like that, but just like a little edge. Yeah, that's probably big enough. Without taking over all the space that I have. Probably big enough, because we kind of want to create a little ledge for statues to be on. I think this is probably about it. And then probably just want a full ceiling so that we have plenty of room for the statues. There we go. So just all the way across. I guess the only downside is that this is still uneven and we kind of need to make it even. So I guess we just need to extend this. Oh. Not that much, just this much. Because then we'll make the whole roof even again and we'll be able to build ourselves that nice roof. So it just needs to be slightly bigger than what we had. There we go. That should still be fine. So it sticks out a little bit on the sides, but don't think that is going to be a problem. And then, So what I want is, well, definitely what we want is going to be a wall back here, because that's going to be the main wall. And in front of that, we're going to have the layer of statues kind of to decorate with, right? So we'll have those. We'll have a layer like this going on. It's going to be a big building. So yeah, then there's going to be another layer like this. And then the next layer Going across. There we go. Oh yeah, this is gonna be huge. Come on. And I guess we just go across then. So yeah, that would be about the size, because that's what we need just to fit the roof in, I think. There we go. That should be it. There we go. It's gonna look a little bit weird, but yeah, that should be the build. And I think roof-wise, what I'm going to do for the ramps is start like this, so it still has a little bit that sticks out on the front. I think that would be nice. And then we kind of just go along like this, bringing the whole roof up. And it's going to be fun playing around with the statues on the front, because I feel like that's very fitting for a temple, you know, like having all the decorations up here. And I feel like by having this little ledge, we can quite easily do that with the cool statues that are available. And playing around with the different sizes we can make them. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. I also want to play around with some decorations on top of the roof itself. But we'll probably also have to change some of the skins before we do that. So what we might do is just update a few of these already. Just so that we can kind of see what this is gonna look like. So we'll go across like this. There we go. That's a start. Then for the pillars as well, we want to start with this one, which is going to give us a nice strong base for these pillars. Yeah, we definitely want to have a detail on these quarter walls that are going across, as well as the others. Yeah, definitely. And then we're gonna need deco boxes as well, because that's just what we do now. And then, well, there's at least gonna have to be like a decently sized statue in there. All right, let's transform some of this front so that we can really figure out the look of it. You know, make sure that we like what we're working on. So this is all going to be this second one, just like that. There we go. Come on. There we go. So that's all the pillars. That's already really transforming it a bunch. This is gonna be a nice variation. Confession to make, first time catching me live. That's fine, man. It's hard, you know, time zones are a thing. Life is a thing. But welcome in, man. Welcome in. Alright. let's also do this little edge so we can kind of see what it's gonna look like. Of course, there will be some stairs somewhere, you know, getting in and out. I don't know if we'll have a stair this way, because even though that you normally probably would do that, for me on this position it might not make the most sense. Although we could have a little stairs going down and you just have to go around the corner. You definitely don't want to have stairs there. So that's the start. I'll probably want to have this first layer detailed, I'd say, and then that one as well, and then probably in between we're just gonna go for the clean look. I think that's gonna be best. Yeah, I think so. And then I think we're also gonna use these over here. It should look quite nice, giving some nice details to the front of the temple. And right there, and then we might as well do the roof. Get a bit more of an idea of what it's actually gonna look like. There we go. That's a decent start, I'd say. And then we can take out the third variant. I probably should have done these. I'm gonna have to rotate all of these because it's so annoying that sometimes the pillars are apparently facing the wrong way. Guess it didn't matter for the bottom. There we go. And I have to do that for all of them. All right. There we go. Just like that. Yeah, it is much better that way. We definitely need them this way. There we go. And then two. How do you get the skin? I bought the map, but I can only get the skins for my armor. You need to install it. It's a custom cosmetic. You just need to look for Astraeos. There's a bunch of some of them are actual mods, some of them are custom cosmetics. You need to make sure you download both the armor custom cosmetic and the building custom cosmetic. There we go. Now it's all facing the right way. And then we'll start changing these skins as well. So we're going to have one layer of the fancy ones at the bottom. And then slowly bring this up. And then we're going to have another layer of the fancy ones. Yeah. All mods can be used anywhere. Custom cosmetics you can use pretty much anywhere, unless the server has them disabled. But even official servers, you can use them as soon as they've been approved. And, well, actual mods, it just depends if you install them on your server, right? But these cosmetics, yeah, you can use them anywhere. There we go. That's starting to look quite nice. Now, I do want to do that underside there, so I don't know which variant we want to use for that. Yeah, that's fine. No, definitely don't want to use that one. This one fits nicely, I think. And I guess then this is gonna be the first variant. There we go. Slightly different, but I guess there's no matching one. Unless we change all of these looks. But I kind of like the way that fits together. So we'll keep that. And then I guess we need the statue. And then... no, don't want to rotate it. I think I want this one. No, that can definitely still be bigger. That can still be a little bit bigger. Yeah, maybe we can actually make this proper big. Yeah, that still fits. So yeah, that's how we're gonna decorate the front of this temple, basically. We're gonna make a little scene with some statues. And that's hopefully gonna look pretty cool. So we have the big statue there. I think what we want is one right here. And one right there. Is that about the same? Think so. And then these we're probably gonna make 4. Yeah, that seems about right. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. So we have some guards on this ledge. That's looking pretty nice. And then we probably can add a few more of these. So we can probably have one facing that way. And then maybe one more. One over there. And one over here. Okay, so maybe this one. Yeah. Maybe we can rotate bits. Yeah, that seems fair. Hello there, welcome in, welcome in. So unfortunately, if we try to do that here, it's gonna be a little bit different. Because yeah, she's gonna be facing us with the back, but that's a nice scene that's starting to form, right? It's a nice little bit of decoration there. And then for these, I guess maybe we just want to keep this variant. And just make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think that is a nice little scene. That adds a little bit of detail, right? That feels appropriate. A little scene of statues above the entrance to our breeding pen. There we go. All right, that looks nice. So we can actually add in some stairs here, at least I would say. How far do we want to take those stairs? Let's see. Probably about that far. I mean, I could take it until there. So that's just the last 3 that didn't get one. There we go. It seems fine. Actually, I could add some decorations around, but then I need to expand this. But that should be fine. Well, that's not it. That's not it either. It's really annoying if you can't get the right snap points. Okay. That should be the right one then. There we go. Perfect. That saves us a little bit of time. So yeah, we can just have that. I think that works. And on the other side, it's going to be a lot easier. So yeah, actually, this needs to go. There we go. So yeah, we have a nice entrance to the temple. That definitely works, but we probably also want to just make sure that we have some entrances here on the side, to be honest. Depending on what kind of gaps we're going to choose here. But I don't think we'll worry about that just yet. Will we? Maybe we will, actually. Okay, let's see if we just go all the way across. Actually, I probably should figure out what the middle is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How big was this again? 25, right? Yeah. So this should be the middle. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, that is the middle. That is in fact the middle. And I think we'll probably just do the same entrance on this side. That makes sense. Feels convenient, at least for like a breeding pen, to have the same entrances on both sides. So it's easier to get in and out. There we go. So yeah, that's definitely a decent size for breeding. Should give you plenty of space on the inside, and hopefully we have a cool looking temple on the outside by the time we're done. There we go. We'll need a little bit of support here. I'm so happy that ASR allows stacking of foundations. Saves so much time. There we go. Oh, that's gonna be a little inconvenient corner here. There we go. Eventually, it's blended in to it. Although it might still get bigger, depending on... Oh yeah, if we're gonna do the same entrance, it's definitely bigger here as well. There we go. And following all the way around. This side should be a little bit easier again. Shouldn't run into too many issues. And we can just bring it from one end to the other. There we go. Just like that. Alright, so in theory, what I could do is every other one, I could add a pillar, but that feels like a lot of pillars are going to be happening. Yeah. That's a lot of pillars. But that's probably the way to do it. But it is, yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? It's quite a lot. Because otherwise, I mean, we could break from the pattern from the front, of course. Although I do like the spacing of these. And it is also kind of adding detail to the sides. We'll just have to break it up in certain parts because pretty sure that I'm going to want a gate on the side here as well. Just to kind of break it up, and it's probably going to be the big gate, I would say. I think we want to, you know, just have a big entrance to the side. Do we? Maybe not. Maybe the big entrance are only on the sides or on the ends, the front and the back, and then we have this one here. That might be making a little bit more sense. Yeah, pretty much. You know, we're gonna go big temple. We need a big temple, and it's gonna be good for our teams for sure. All right, so then I probably would remove these pieces so that we can have the stairs being kind of part of this whole thing. So the pillars would be about this high. Yeah, I think that's gonna work, having these pillars all the way around the side, because that's just gonna kind of create a lot of the interest for a building this size. If there's nothing there, it's gonna be a little bit boring, right? There we go. Just like that. And then we'll probably have to extend these foundations a little bit, although it's gonna run into some issues, but we should still be fine. And then actually probably here on this side, we probably also want to remove one pillar so that we can kind of have like stairs going down from there. Well, not allowed to play any other stairs there, but I feel like that does make sense. Probably does not make sense on the other side. Definitely does not make sense on the other side. So we'll leave it as is. So how many foundations are here? 5 from the walls. Right. And now there's 2, so that would be 3 more that are needed. That's quite a few. Actually, probably I can knock these trees down just by running over them. That might be faster. Can I? Of course, I can't knock the one down that I'm on. There we go. There we go. That should be fine by now. Please, can you Just move out of the way. Oh no, now he's gonna get pissed because I'm not on it. Okay, we're gonna have to remove the stego completely. I like how chill he is, but as soon as I leave this guy, he's gonna attack me again. There we go. Alright, that gives us all the amount of space that we need here on this side, so we can fill in the rest of these foundations. And then we had... Wait, we have 3 open, and then we have a staircase of 3. There we go. So we have a little staircase going down, and then the rest of the foundations. Nope. There we go. We'll have to fill in the bases first before we can fill in this entire layer. So yeah, it's a big build, but that, you know, means you have plenty of space for breeding, right? That's kind of what we want. All the space and a big temple. I mean, feels very fitting for this map for sure. I hope we're gonna be able to make this all work. Didn't exactly find a great spot for this. That's one thing. You're gonna need a lot of flat space or a lot of foundations or ceilings to kind of create your space. There we go. Gonna have to find a way to connect this back down so that we can fill in the rest of these foundations. There we go. There we go. We'll get there eventually. Just to make sure that this is all even. Yeah, you definitely need to find a better space. I went a little bit bigger than I anticipated beforehand. There we go. We got some entrances there. That is looking all good. And then we can place the rest of our pillars. There we go. 6 up here, 6 up there. And we'll just keep going. And I guess this is where we have a bigger gap. We have 1 pillar in the middle. And then repeating. I'm probably not going to just repeat what we just did on the other side. That makes very little sense to do the same thing twice. Since it is such a big build, we'll just probably focus on like designing half of it. And I'll do the other half myself, so that we don't have to just repeat everything all at once. I think I might take down some of these trees just to give us a little bit of a better view of the surroundings. There we go. Make a Colosseum? I probably will at some point. I don't know if I will do that like soon, as in this month, or we'll do it later, because we'll be on Astraeos for like years still, right? Because there's going to be new updates every time, so there's plenty of time to get through a lot of builds. And it kind of depends on how long it will take for Ragnarok to be here, because I've got quite a few builds that I still want to get through, pretty much. All right, so this is the shape here of the pillars, the shape of the building itself, and yeah, now we just kind of need to start filling it all in and making this all work. This side building and this giant roof that we'll have, we'll need it. We'll need to make it into something nice. So I definitely think that this is gonna be windows on the side. I feel like that's gonna be nice. Yeah, you know, that is so nice. Yeah, the castle and keeps is definitely gonna be amazing for Ragnarok, but I want to start playing around with that, you know, before we get there, because there's so much in that mod. It will take some time getting used to it all. All right, so we'll definitely have something like this, maybe. It's kind of, you know, trying to imagine what it will look like once we skin it, because we can't just skin it everything. There we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. Right, and then this is where we'll have a door, and then above that door, probably we'll just fill it in like this. And then we'll fill in this. There we go. And I guess that will be the side of the building. It's so easy. You know, that's how easy it can be. So we'll have double doors in between these for the windows, because that's gonna, yeah, just create some nice ones. And oh god, there we go. And we'll just fill this in as well, and hopefully that will get us something that looks pretty nice, because it's both easier and more difficult to do bigger buildings, because the bigger you go, the kind of bigger you have to think with your details for it to make sense. Whereas the smaller you go, like the smaller your details, it's a different type of building. My structure limit, I think it's the default for unofficial servers, which is about, well, it's different because in the rules it says 10k or something, I think, but here it says 17. It's weird because in the server settings, like in the dashboard, it says a different number than to what you see in game. But that's like whatever the default is for when you make a server with Entrado. There we go. Yeah, that should give us plenty of light on the insides to be, you know, to enjoy. We'll get a cellar door here to fit in this gap. There we go. And probably, since we do not have an Astraeos skin for this yet, we'll probably use the steampunk one again, because that's kind of fancy and kind of just fits in with this. You know, it doesn't stand out too much, too weird. And then we'll add a bunch of doors into my windows. So it all makes sense as soon as we start skinning. There we go. Just like that. So yeah, that means we have a little side entrance. We have some nice windows, bunch of pillars. I guess we also want to have maybe some windows here. Do we? I think we do. Otherwise it's going to be just a little bit boring, right? Yeah, the biggest question is, of course, the roof situation. But we'll figure everything out above this layer in a little bit. For now, we'll just continue it like this, because I think it just makes the most sense. Because, yeah, you kind of want to make sure there's still some light coming in a space this big, right? Because you're not going to have lanterns everywhere. It's not going to do much. But yeah, this is a big hall. A big hall to use for whatever breeding. Is it me, or it seems like the landmass is bigger or changed, or it's more visible maybe? I don't know. I feel like my view was different before. Maybe I'm mistaken. There we go. So we're getting somewhere. I guess we'll just make those windows here. And there. And fill in the arches at the top. There we go. And that one too. And then we'll fill in the actual windows. Sometimes it feels like we're going very fast with like the builds getting there, but then of course we still need to skin everything. There still needs to be a roof. We want to play around with trying to add some nice details on the roof as well, which is a bit tricky, but I think we have at least a few ideas of how or what to try. There we go. What else? What else does this need? I guess we're kind of getting there, maybe. Yeah, we want to have statues on the corners of the roof for sure. That's kind of what I want to go and try to do. So I guess at least these two layers of ceilings we'll need to add in. Although I probably will have some kind of ceiling on the inside as well, because we can probably utilize, look how much space there's still going to be above this layer. So we can probably make sure that we have a decent room for like flyers or storage or whatever you want to put up here. You could kind of live on top of it, maybe even. You know, breed down there. Have all the space for your breeding down stairs, and then have, you know, like your main base, or at least your crafting and sleeping up there. I think you could manage. I don't know why I'm doing this side, because I kind of should just focus on the two sides that we want to do and finish, because if we're going to do the whole belt, it's going to be a while, right? So yeah, that's nice. And I guess we do also need to have this little lip of the quarter ceilings around the end. There we go. Just like that. A bunch of quarter ceilings all the way around the edge. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, then we're gonna have the quarter walls around the edge just to continue this little site. I'm kind of wondering now whether I should have done that or if I should have done this. I think this might be better actually. Creates a little bit more depth, which is really nice because that means now that I decided this, I can remove the work that I just did. But yeah, I do think that's a little bit nicer because it creates a little bit more overhang and depth on the side. So that's what we're gonna do. Sometimes, you know, you have to do that. Try it out, even though it's causing me more work to do. Very happy that I just realized this as soon as I placed the whole lot of them. But yeah, that's just definitely nicer. It's definitely better this way. So we'll go around like this, quarter walls instead of quarter ceilings. There we go. Oh, please, please. There we go. All across to the other side. Just a few, you know, just a few. That's what you get for building big. Oh god. No, please. Please, just place where I want you to be. There we go. Oh my god. What? I need to be further away so I can only place them on this edge and not still manage to misplace them. Probably actually better just to be close, less likely to reach a different spot. I don't know, maybe not. I'm just terrible. There we go. So that's gonna be the edge, and then now I do need my little layer of quarter ceilings here along this edge. There we go. Just like that. Oh man. Yeah, well, we'll have a big temple. This is gonna be a really cool backdrop for my town. That's what I care about. But it could also be a really nice place to breed. Okay, how far along are we with structures? Oh, I need to hold something. Not that bad, but also we don't have that much yet, so maybe maybe a bit bad. There we go. That's a start. That's a start. Well, no, there's actually quite a good start. Quite a decent way in. So I guess we'll just have to start filling in the roof, because there's really not a lot of options with the roof, because we're using ramps, of course, to get these nice roofs that are fitting for temples like this. But that also means that we do not have any roof corners or anything that we can implement, because those don't exist for ramps in ARK, or at least not in vanilla. So not with the Astraeos structures. So that is somewhat limiting. Although, of course, with overlapping, we could technically still create a corner if we really want to. But I don't think we'll need it for this roof, because I don't really want to extend this way. I thought I might at first, but I don't think we need it. Well, like, this is a giant build already. By the time that we finish it. And I guess I can breed some gigas and carts after this. I guess we'll have a good spot for that. There we go. Just like that. That's pretty nice. We'll just go up here. How high is this gonna go? This is quite high. Let's just go across because I don't actually know how far I need to go. And I don't want to think. So we'll just go to the other side. There we go. Oh, gotta misplace so many, of course. But yeah, we'll not run out of space. The next 2 years, if we want to breed anything on Astraeos, we'll have a place. We'll have a place. If I do play survival on this world, which I've not done in a very long time. Mostly just building out here, you know? Mostly just building. There we go. Yeah, starting to get there. Definitely is going to be a giant roof, but I mean, it's also a giant temple, so it makes sense. So, looks like we're just going to go back and forth a few more times. Just a few more times. Come on. There we go. Please work with me, ARK. Can't afford misplacing. It's gonna take me ages, years to finish this build otherwise. Yeah, please misplace the second one the same way. Come on. Now, autoclick would probably make it worse. Because it's gonna just pick all the snap points. Come on. There we go. Off to the other side again. Well, we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. We're only building half of it because I'm not doing the other side of the roof right away. That's gonna take too long. That's gonna be a future me problem where I'll have to go and do everything that I've done today and replicate it to the other sides. Most of it, at least. There we go, and then one more time. There we go. Just a little bit more. We'll have our giant roof. I kind of want to see if we can maybe... I was going to say create some nice designs on the roof, but then again, I feel like this is just what Roman temple roofs look like, right? It was just roofs like this. We'll add some statues, I think we'll try to the roof, or at least to the front edges. But yeah, that is a damn big roof. There we go. Right, like this. All right. So what I would like, but I don't know if I can, is you know, I want to have like a little arch there. Can I do that? Don't really know how I would do that. I guess I'll need to... Could I do it like this? But does it go if I delete these? No, it doesn't. It does stay. So I could add some arches if I wanted to. It's a little bit tricky. Like, there's a little work involved, but I guess we probably want them here, right? Do we? I don't know. We'll see. We'll think about it. For the roof, I feel like we need to figure some things out because it's kind of basic otherwise. I think what we definitely want to do, because we've seen that for the other buildings, that having like a little ridge line actually works really, really well. So that's definitely something that I want to keep in here. Just like that. And then I would kind of like to have some... Oh, no, not some rain. That's definitely not what I want. But I would love a little bit of, you know, details on here. So I'm thinking, is there a way where maybe like this, we could create like a little plateau. And then we could have a statue on there. You know, just to add a little bit more details to it. I don't know if it would be one of these statues or maybe we'll use the other skins. But yeah, we could have some statues on here, right? I feel like that would be nice. And then... I guess we could try and have a bigger one there. Because, yeah, we kind of need it to fit in like this. To make that work. Nope. There we go. So we'll break the line up. Let's see. I kind of think that I'll go for the big one here. So that's not the Astraeos skins. Although you could definitely use the Astraeos skins. I feel like that's not really orientated in the right way. There we go. So yeah, I think just for variation, I'm gonna use the Roman skins here. Oh wait, I need to search because probably the icons are still broken. Roman statue. There we go. Zeus himself is sitting on my temple. And then these have a few variants. There we go. I feel like it's a nice little addition to the roof to kind of break up just the roof being a roof and have a few little details. Probably only at the end of the roof though. Probably not like halfway through. That would be a bit weird, I think, but I think like this it works. So we'll take out these. Then those need to be different. So let's do these ones first. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So we'll use the third variant to fix the rest of this. And then I think we do have something that is quite nice. There we go. It is quite nice. Yeah, I totally think that works. The Zeus might be a bit big, but I kind of like it. Oh, it's a bit out there, but you know, I think it's fine. All right, let's add these details along the edge of the roof. Let's see how it's starting to look with all the skins on there as well. There we go. I think we're just gonna, for the wooden beam, we're just gonna still use the wood. Because the Astraeos skins look a little bit silly to have like a round pillar on the top, I think. So I think the wood, I still kind of like the vibe of that. There we go. Yeah, that's a decent start. I guess we might as well use the third variant where we need. Okay, at least all these pillars seem to be orientated in the right way. I don't have to rotate all of these. Although this one is not the right way. And I guess this one probably should be this way because kind of needs to face to that side. But yeah, that's looking good. That is looking good. And then these we definitely also want to change. To get some of those nice windows. We can probably do those as well. And one at the bottom. And probably also the ones at the top here. Pillars will need... Oh, only that pillar will need rotating, I suppose. Why do I not have a pillar here yet? There we go. I guess it's only this one pillar. There we go. So yeah, I'd say that's a good start here. We'll go across this top here. That's looking good. Pillars are in the right spot. And then we can do all these. No. Create my lovely windows. Just like that. Awesome. There we go. Yeah, I love these grates. They're very nice for windows, at least. I guess you could also use them as doors, but I really love them as windows. All right, so we'll have these beams at the bottom. Here as well. Alright, that's starting to look quite nice. We have the start of some windows here. We will get the second variant out. We will, of course, do all these. Oh, I kind of forgot the sides of these, but I don't think it really matters which one I use for those. There we go. There we are. So everything except the bottom two, I think we'll want to change to these skins. And then, of course, the curves as well. There we go. Pretty decent start to get these walls in shape. Just like that. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere for sure now with all these variants. It's always nice because this is the stage where we're really trying to see if what we've done so far is actually turning out into the building that we want. You know, if it's actually worked or not. I guess we also want to just do this border around now. Because we can that final look in there. Oh, well, we might want to get that rock out of the stairs. And there we go. We're getting there. Starting to slowly but surely look like a proper temple. Wait, what ceiling did we use? Yeah, we did use the second variant. All right, let's not forget about that. These are all facing the right way as well. It's good. Let's do these arches. Wait. Why is that one? Has to be done from the outside still. Okay, most of them need to be. I love those little overlapped curves into each other. It makes for a really nice pointy little window still. There we go. Yeah, just create some really nice windows. Whatever to my window here? Just need to fix that. Can't help it. There we go. And then I guess the next steps are... Okay, let's not forget this little ledge. That's not the one. Just a nice little detail along the side. All the way from one end, all the way to the other side, please. There we go. All of them. Hello there, Ellie. Yes. We're building a giant Dino pen temple, which should give you plenty of size for breeding. You know, the whole inside. Breeding. And I probably have enough room to have like an attic for like flyer breeding as well. So, yeah. Gonna be good, hopefully. All right, let's see. Where were we? We changed all those. Now we need to change these ceilings. Just to get that full look in. Just from one side to the other. Yeah, Dino sutures might fit inside. Just about. And after this, you need to make a water pen. I'm gonna be building all the pens. I've done dino pens for the last 2 weeks now, with the stable starting. There we go. We're getting there. Am I forgetting any skins? I think I need to just change to the first variant now. Yeah. There we go. First variant. So that's going to be for the little things hidden underneath. I guess as well as just all of the rest. Although, once again, I don't think we'll skin the entire inside because we'll be busy for a while just clicking skins. But, you know, we're going to go for the outside so we can at least get an idea of whether or not we like what we're making. But so far, I think we're doing pretty decent. There we go. And this one. All right. Let's see. We'll definitely want to have these pillars be complete. It's raining again. God dang it. There we go. And then... Oh no, I forgot one pillar here. I'm gonna be super busy. I've got my town that I'm working on. I've got the new mod that I want to try out with building. And then I've got to be abandoned at some points as well. I'm gonna be up for a challenge there. Especially since most of the time I'm gonna be solo. You know, until I have Scroll coming along for some pranking. But that's fine. I can take you all on. There you go. Just changing those skins. All right. There we go. That's not too bad. Now we need to, well, fix that pillar because that's gonna drive me crazy. No, actually, before we do that, we need to fill all these in. There we go. And then we need the second variant anyway because we still need to fill in the entire roof. We're not done yet. There's plenty still to do. But at least it's looking quite nice, right? The second variant, please. And then I also want the variant cycle gun. There we go. Just getting some of those bricks in there as a look. I think that's makes a lot of sense for a build like this, you know, on this scale. I guess we could also do something with this, you know. Oh, we could actually do that. But then We would need the first variant there. Yeah, we should actually do that, to be honest. Well. Okay, so we're gonna change the walls. I've just decided to make even more of a transition happen. So we're gonna have the first variant on that layer as well. There we go. Just like that. Just the easy way, I guess, to add in some details with the skins, but there's so many options with the skins. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a maze to remember all of them. But yeah, I think this way is gonna be quite nice. There we go. Just like that. And then these. Okay, and then now if we change those to the variants, there we go. So now we have the normal brick, we have the detailed brick, and then we have the normal variant going into that. So we kind of have a transition in the wall that I think, especially for these taller walls, works really, really well. There we go. There we are. And that's actually a really good way just to add a bunch more detail to these walls, right? Because all the details that are in these textures, including a little bit of depth, of course, just kind of transforms the whole look of this. Instantly looks a lot nicer. And then probably what you want to do is have like a Rex skull or something hanging above the door, I would say. You know, bring in the ARK a little bit. I feel like that would be appropriate for this place. But then the general gist of it, I think I'm happy with the way temple-wise it looks. We definitely need to skin the roof though, because it's a grey mess. And we might have to check the inside as well, you know, make that look a little bit decent. Although most of it, you kind of want to make sure that you just keep a lot of room available, right? Like you don't want to add too many things if you want to breed big creatures inside. Well, probably we'll do a little bit to make it a little bit more exciting than just a big box. There we go. But first we have a lot of roofs to add. There we go. I love the glimpses of the town in the distance. That's why I've been so distracted by building all these Dino pen designs that I really need to get started on the actual town buildings, you know, to get the town feeling in. So that is definitely the next phase of this project. I think is going to be yeah, some town buildings. I think what I'll do is like have one villa which you could use as like a main base. I think that would be a cool design to have, and then we'll have various builds across just like different functions. Blacksmith, we definitely need a tavern. I need to build, basically what I'm going to try and do is build a Dodo Arson Grill, but then the Greek version, so I can have Lance in there. I still need to figure out what I'm going to build for Shadow, for Skrull, and probably also for Ninja, because I would like some tributes to my friends from the Monarchy season. You know, I miss hanging out almost every day. So yeah, I probably should do that. And then of course we now have castles, keeps, and forts mod just released, which we want to try out. So yeah, I'm gonna be busy, and we have a new event that I'm running. Whew. All sorts of things we'll have to do. There we go. A paleo karcha? No, I think this is a big L's. Yeah, this is just a big L. Big L karcha. There is probably paleo karchas around. They are pretty cool. They look pretty nice. Although the big L karcha is also pretty nice already. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. You know, we want to have those little statues on this side as well, of course, because kind of like that way they added a few details. All right, the big one is for up here. There we go. And then the small one can go right in there. So that's going to be two statues. It almost feels like we could have some over here above this entrance, maybe. Maybe something like that. Since the entrance is here, I feel like it wouldn't be that out of place to kind of decorate. And it kind of works because it's the middle of the roof where we could have something kind of breaking things up. So that's what we'll do. And then we'll place some of these boxes around. There we go. Yeah, and then we'll grab the third variant of the skin. To blend these in. Blend that in. Perfect. And I think for these ones, we're probably going to use the Astraeos statues. I feel like that kind of makes sense, although we do want to have them a bit bigger than this. Did I change them to the right size? I think so, yeah. Yeah, because that kind of just breaks up that roof just that little bit. And the statues are so cool, so you definitely want to have a few of those statues around everywhere, right? Just a cool little way to detail your base. And then we want to have the other statue. What is this? Stations? No, that's not statues. So we'll have this, but we'll probably... Do we want to have different variants? Yeah, why not? And there we go. Zeus himself on both sides. There we go. You know, the only downside is that from a distance, the roof is just gonna look not blue anymore. That is kind of kind of a downside, because from the village, from the town, it's just gonna look not blue. I don't know why that is. It kind of unloads all the blue shingles that are on the top. But I mean, it's still pretty cool. It's definitely gonna be a cool backdrop from the town. Look at that. That's why we needed to be on the hill, right? It needed to be visible. If only I could have probably built it like this, but then I would have had to do a lot of stacking of foundations because it's kind of a slope. So I didn't want to do that too much. And I kind of like it because now if I'm sailing by in the open seas, kind of have a cool view here, right? All right, let's see. Because I think that is kind of the... Well, most of the outside. Of course, we still need to fill this in. But honestly, probably we're just going to continue the ceilings here, because that gives you just a lot more space to use on the inside, which will just have a giant ceiling or giant attic area for flyers and stuff like that. So it just gives you a bunch of extra free space to use. Oh yeah, we also still need to change that. There we go. I guess the biggest challenge for the inside is going to be getting to the second layer without, you know, kind of ruining the space, but I definitely also want to make sure that we have something going on here. So I guess this is in line with the entrance. What could we do? I mean, do we want to line it with the entrance? Maybe not. Maybe we just want to do it like this. And then we could just have pillars. Although that's not really convenient because that kind of blocks the view of the windows. So maybe we want to mirror where the pillars from the outside are. So that would be here. Because then they would be kind of like this. And then I guess it makes sense to leave this open as well. Would we want to add these in? Because I kind of just divides the room into different sections, right? Does mean that you can only have the Karches and the Gigas in the middle. Is that a bad thing? There's probably still plenty of space. Although something definitely did not go right here. This is where it needs to be, right? And this is where it goes, in between the windows. There we go. Because if we have these pillars, it kind of gives a little bit more interest to the inside, and you could have, you know, some smaller stations and crafting stations maybe on those sides, and then I don't know, you could have if you have big creatures, they're obviously going to be in the middle. And technically they could still grow up inside of these rooms. They can just not walk out, which I don't think is a bad thing, because you're most likely going to cryo them anyway if you want to move them. So, because otherwise the inside is just going to be very empty if we do not have anything. You still have so much space with all this. Like we can get this guy in again for scale. Funnily enough, they can actually fit through these smaller doors. Yeah, look at this. We can easily have them breeding here in the middle. And then even across the hallway, you can have a few of them growing up as well. And if you really know that you're going to breed a lot of gigas and cartridge, you can just leave out the middle pillars. But I want to we're going to have to make it look good, right? I'm going to have to. So I'd probably say that this is about what we would do pillar wise. Just to kind of get some kind of structure in there and some kind of design in the inside. Let's just only design one of the corners because it's going to be repeating the same thing anyway. The biggest thing is, if I want a ceiling up here, I will need some kind of way up to the next layer. Without wasting too much space. But I also don't think a ladder would be very appropriate. So we have probably only one option, and that is just to add the staircase in somewhere. Should we just have a staircase like this? How long would the staircase have to be? It's quite a big staircase needed, right? Yeah. I guess it is what it is. Because then you have a massive area up here as well to use. Because if you just fill this in completely, like this is just half of it. That is a lot of space to use. Why did the light change? What is going on? There we go. Yeah, this is gonna be... You're gonna have so much space up in the attic still. Like, a pretty crazy amount. So basically you have all the breeding downstairs, and then possibly you could do more breeding up here. And you even could have an elevator platform to go up and down if you wanted to. If you want to also be able to move certain creatures up and down, that would be a good way to get them easily up and down without having to add the staircase. Because the staircase, it's not the best look, is it? It's not. In fact, I don't really like it that much. I think I might just try and see what elevator would look like. So, actually, I think we might be able to do that on this side, to be honest. Like, it's the side we haven't built yet, but there's not going to be an entrance on this side. So, it kind of feels like we could get away with adding one. Actually, we kind of need to leave this open then. Do we want the biggest elevator? No, probably a 3x3 would be enough, right? I'm going to use wood just for the aesthetic, but you probably don't want to do that because they're annoying to use. But yeah, I think this is probably the best way to get up here. Oh, although that's going to stick out to the outside, isn't it? No, because it's not the outside yet. There's going to be 2 more layers there, so that's fine. That's totally fine. And we can just have the wall all the way up. There we go. So yeah, the walkway would just continue like this, right? So there's actually plenty of space around this to make that work. So that's probably the best way to handle this. There we go. So that's how you get up to this layer. And then you can fill this all in with ceilings. And you have such a big area still to use for flies. You could definitely also breed like wyverns and stuff up here. So that's good. That's very, very good. I think design-wise, I probably wouldn't do too much up here. maybe some beams or something, but not really too crazy. And then this is of course where we would pretty much just have the pillars, and I think that is kind of the whole interior design, is just adding the pillars in and everything. And obviously changing the whole floor and stuff, but that's not really too complicated. Well, we're just gonna do one corner of the interior because otherwise it's a lot of repetition to get through, and yeah, I don't want to it's mostly just adding all the skins that just doubles any amount of time that we have to spend on a certain area. So there we go. But yeah, I think this could be nice because it kind of divides the room up into different sections. You could have one for hatching eggs, you could one with like cryos, you could have one for traits, one for kibble maybe, you know, stuff like that. Or you know, a corner with your Maguana or Gigantoraptor, stuff like that. Do we go for this one? I kind of like that one more most of the time. All right, that means we go to the second variant. Oh, that does mean that we have another pattern up here. Actually, I might just have a wooden ceiling on the inside at least. This definitely still needs to be these patterns. No, it won't block it. I've used this design a few times and it's not blocked it for me before. I've used it in the stables and in the warehouse, and we tested it every time and it worked. I can't use it now because I've got too many items, so it will say I'm too heavy. Because I'm in creative, but somehow that doesn't cancel my weight. There we go. But yeah, I think adding a few things like this is just gonna still make the inside look very nice as well. There we go. All right, well, probably I would want to rotate these pillars. Feel like that makes a little bit more sense. And then these ones are all right, because that's like the main hallway is this way, of course. That's like the side entrance. But yeah, and I think then for the next layer, I probably would just go with the wood. So there would be a little bit of a difference between the inside and the outside border, but I think that's fine. There we go, because I think if we use wood here, it's also easier to blend in that elevator. There we go. Well, we're just going to change it. Obviously, this isn't done yet, but this is what I would change it to. Oh no, this outside is going to be different, right? These outside ones are not wood. This is where the wood ends. Nope. Let's see. Can we use it? No, I'm too heavy probably. Too many items on me. Yeah, I think that's kind of what you would do. You know, you would have these. Unfortunately, it will not allow me to snap, but we could also still make arches, of course, by first placing these. Then you could place this, then you remove the middle ones, and then we should be able to snap these. So that's what I probably would do, just to create some arches in here. Right, because we could do this, could do that. Oh, we got a moth in here now. So one over here, one over there. My cart's just pushing me around. Please don't do it. Oh, this is annoying because that's not going to allow me to place it. Okay, maybe we can find a way. There we go. We found a way. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. So we can create some arches there. That's quite nice. That's probably how I would decorate the inside, to be honest. Just a little bit of pillars, and then up here, what would we do? Probably what you would want to do is like kind of create some beam supports like this, and then just follow the roof. Probably not more than that, because you kind of want to, especially if you're going to use it as breeding base, you want to have a lot of space on the inside, right? Just to be able to utilize as much of it as possible. And then you might even want to make this actually, you might want to make that the bigger one after all, so you can just bring most things up and down if you want to bring like wyverns up here, since they are on the map. That is a possibility. But yeah, that is kind of what I would do for the base, I think. Obviously we did like half of it, but altogether that would turn into something quite nice, I think. Yeah. So if you need a big space for all your breeding projects on Astraeos and you want to make it fit in, I think this works. Of course, you can switch out the Roman statues with the Astraeos ones if you do not have the Roman custom cosmetic pack, but just gives you a little bit more variation and options to use. Yeah, I think this is quite nice. I really like the windows. And I like the walls design. It's just using basically all the skin variations, but that works. Gets you a nice design going. And yeah, big dino pen. Room enough for all your tames. So I think that's going to do it for today. Which is good, because then I still have some time left to go do some of my editing and stuff. And maybe hang out on my community server. But for the build, I think that's a pretty nice one. I'll finish, of course, the rest of the design, and we'll have a video showcasing the whole thing once it's done. But it's basically just replicating this on the other side to, yeah, finish the whole breeding facility, the Greek breeding temple, which is quite nice. And it's going to be a great backdrop for the town that will hopefully start soon, because it's not much of a town yet, you know. It's not much of a town. It's more a collection of buildings, but we're getting there. We're gonna get there. I'm sure of it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you did enjoy another building stream. As always, if you got suggestions for builds you would like to see in the future, both for the Astraeos town as well as probably most likely one of the future projects, or starting soon, is going to be the mod, the castles, keeps and forts mod. Probably going to start with a little medieval village or town for that as well. So anything you would like to see specifically in those, that would probably happen sooner rather than later. But any suggestions are always welcome, of course. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you around in the next video or stream. Until then, goodbye.